everyone, it's Melissa, and on today's tutorial, we will be learning how to make this gorgeous Monarch necklace using Jesse James beads and Silversilk. These are the supplies that we will be using for today's project. The Monarch mix from JJB Summer Camp, Silversilk and More custom findings, Silversilk capture chain, and I'm going to be using orange spice, jump rings, I'm using 8mm, and a mixture of head pins. You can use all the same color, but I'm going to mix mine between gold and silver. This project is also great to use any leftover beads you may have. I'm going to be using some of these brown beads from past Jesse James beads collections of mixes. These are all the beads that you get in the wonderful mix of Monarch. You have a lot of mixed metals and silver and gold. These adorably cute Monarch charms, some specialty cut beads with an AB or Aurora Borealis finish. You have some tassels, and just the colors are so bright and vibrant. And then you have some metal beads. You have this little dream catcher charm here, and we're going to design with that element just a little bit later. To get started, you're going to go ahead and start to string on any of the beads from the Monarch mix onto your head pins. You can add as many dangles as you would like. You could add one bead per head pin. It is all up to you. The next little dangle I'm going to create is one of the orange beads, a gold spacer, a yellow bead, gold spacer, and orange bead. I'm going to go ahead and make 2 of those. Now we're going to create the focal of our necklace. We're going to go ahead and open up a 6mm jump ring. We are going to attach that beautiful Monarch charm. Then we're going to attach that jump ring and charm to the bottom of an eye pin. And then we're just going to go in and close it up. Make sure they are completely closed, your eye pin and your jump ring. You would not want to lose your charm. Then you're just going to go ahead and string on your beads. So I'm going to use one of the smaller beads, some bead caps, and that giant orange crystal. And I'm going to use another one of these beads and then one of the little mini orange rondels. There we go, just like that we have our focal, and then we have all of our other little wrapped loops. To add your tassels, you just add a jump ring on there. Any mix and match of your beads is perfectly fine, and now we're going to go ahead and start making our wrapped loops. To make a simple wrapped loop, we're going to go ahead and use a pair of round nose pliers. Then go ahead and grab the top of your eye pin or head pin and just go ahead and roll it back down into the bead. And then you should just have a perfect little round loop. And then you're just going to go ahead and continue and make a simple wrapped loop on all of these dangles. Once you have completed making your wrapped loops, go ahead and move them off to the side. And we're going to start to use our Silversilk capture chain, and I'm using orange spice. If you've never used the Silversilk capture chain, it is a ball chain with some netted fibers. Absolutely gorgeous. It really elevates your designs. It's super easy to use and fun to work with. So for this one here, you're going to want to use your memory wire cutters or memory wire shears. Do not use regular wire cutters. It can damage them. You just need a nice flush cut onto the Silversilk capture chain. Go ahead and measure out your capture chain to the length you would like. You can have an 8-inch, 2 8-inch strands, you can have 2 10-inch strands. It's all up to you, and then how many dangles you want to add on there. I'm probably using about a 12-inch piece and a 10-inch piece for my double-stranded necklace. So we're going to go ahead and take the memory cutters, and we're just going to go right in between one of the ball chains and just give it a snip. And then there may be some little loose fibers that do come off. Just go ahead and kind of tuck those off to the side and brush them off. And then you can go ahead and toss those. Now we're going to go ahead and attach the clasp from Silversilk. It comes in a single, double, and triple strand clasp. We're going to be using the double here today. And on your capture chain, just make sure there's no loose ends or fibers. You don't want your clasp to grab onto one of those ends, get loose and break, and there you lose your design. So once it is all cleaned, free from any loose trimmings, we'll go ahead and add on the clasp to the capture chain. Once we have both of the capture chains inside the clasp, we're going to go ahead and use a flat nose pliers, preferred if you have any nylon covered pliers, just so it doesn't mar the clasp. We're going to go ahead and take the flat nose pliers and just give it a nice smash. And that is going to keep the capture chain inside the clasp. Then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the next end. You're just going to go ahead and add on the other clasp, and then just go ahead and smash that down. And just like that, you have added the end to your capture chain. Now the fun part, we get to go ahead and design the necklace. So you have two strings going, or two strands. You can hang charms off the inner one if you would like to, or just leave it as is and then hang all your dangles off of the second one. So I'm going to just mix and match, and I'm going to go ahead and attach my dangles with my 8mm jump rings. And because the ball chain on the inside is silver, I will be using silver jump rings just to accent with the gold. To start adding on the charms for your bracelet, go ahead and open up one of your 8mm jump rings. And I found it easier to attach the jump ring directly onto the Silversilk and then add your charm. And it is a little tricky just trying to get it around the wire of the capture chain without getting it snagged through the wire. So once you have that on, you just go ahead and string on any dangle of your choice. And then just go ahead and close it up, making sure that your jump ring is completely sealed and closed. And you're building your charm bracelet or your charm necklace. And then you just go ahead and add the charms until you have completed your design. Once you have attached all your dangles onto the Silversilk chain, you're going to go ahead and take an 8mm jump ring, open it up, and attach it to the top of the Silversilk finding. We're going to use one of the capture crystals from the Monarch mix in gold, and we're just going to go ahead and attach that through the jump ring. And then we're going to go ahead and close up the jump ring. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. These dangles were a little too long to put on the bottom of the necklace, so I went ahead and added the tassels with another jump ring onto the jump ring on top next to the capture chain. So I went ahead and put on two of the dangles, attached it to that 8mm jump ring, and then just closed it up. I think it'd be a fun design element if you wanted to make an asymmetrical necklace. You could put just dangles on one side or use it as a tassel, completely up to you. So you're going to have your necklace base here. Now if you wanted to add some soft flex wire, some chain just to finish up the necklace, it is all up to you. I think I'm going to add some chain to the back of mine. So I'm going to be adding some gold chain to the back of my necklace. I'm going to go ahead and open up an 8mm jump ring. You could probably use a smaller size if you wanted to. And then just go ahead and string it through the capture crystal. String on that link of chain. And then just go ahead and close up your jump ring. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. And then just go ahead and add your clasp at the end of the necklace. This is the beautiful Monarch necklace that we have just created. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.